G'day folks, I had 150 of these pieces of brass left over from a job that was cancelled. A friend of mine found some parts I could make for him to make them useful. The parts are being held in a 5C 10mm hex collet and they're pushed in up to a stop. This is the profile for all of one of the parts and half of the second part. Here's a simulation of that operation. These are the parts being made. The one on the left requires a second setup. The one on the right will be finished with this setup. I've tried in the past to use various little trays and things as parts catchers. None of them worked, so I thought I'd design one up and 3D print it. This is what I came up with and it worked very well. The threads on both these parts is the 32 TPI model engineer thread and they're cut using a full form insert. Much as I appreciate comments, please don't bother to tell me this drill is off centre. I can see that as well as anybody else. Here's the deep drilling cycle with my usual breaking the sharp edge with the drill. Anyone who watches my videos regularly will realise that I'm not tapping this off. Normally I don't part off completely. I tap things off at the end so that they don't get damaged when they're thrown around. But this is why I needed a parts catcher. And it worked reasonably well. I missed about 4 parts out of the whole run. This is the same insert as the last thread, but this thread's 5/16, whereas the previous one was 3/8. Same drill, still off centre, but it makes a hole and it's on size, so it's really all I care about. Right, this is the second operation. I've changed the collet now to an 8mm collet and holding on the 5/16 thread. To save me deburring by hand, I thought it'd be daring and use a countersink for a change. And I have to admit that one hole, cross-hole countersink worked really well. I have no idea why this jumping is occurring. I didn't think my tripod was touching the lathe anywhere. Maybe it's just the lathe jumping at 2700 RPM and cutting a thread. Something I don't think I've shown before is the fact that this software actually allows me to simulate one step at a time, which can be very handy when you're trying to track down, say, a rapid that shouldn't be there and should actually be a move rather than a rapid. If you notice the blur at the right hand side of the photo, I'll show you how I overcame it. I used lots of light, including using my Ryobi spotlight to provide enough light to give us a reasonable result. There you can see what I was doing, and there you can see the result. I managed to get much more depth of field by providing lots of light.